Japanese castles, 3 block-filled builders, and a heroic exclusive. I'm Matthew, welcome to Watch It Played, and this is your board game news. The White Castle has been announced by DeVere Games, and while many Americans may be thinking about hamburgers right now, though nothing new about that I suppose, this is the spiritual sequel to the Red Cathedral from the same designers, and be still my heart, this is everything I want in a game. The heron flies over the Himeji sky while the daimyo from the top of the castle watches his servants move. Gardeners tend the pond where the koi carp live. Warriors stand guard on the walls and courtiers crowd the gates, pining for an audience that brings them closer to the innermost circles of the court. And when night falls, the lanterns are lit and workers return to their clan. Not unlike me, the White Castle is a Euro by nature, with resource management as well as worker and dice placement to carry out actions. During the game, over 3 rounds, players will send members of their clan to tend the gardens, defend the castle, or progress up the social ladder. Himeji Castle is divided into several zones which all harmoniously work together. There's the Room of 1,000 Carpets, where the courtiers must ascend socially until they reach the daimyo's inner circle. There are the ponds and the gardens, which are patiently tended by the gardeners, where everyone can relax and contemplate its beauty without restriction. The walls and the outside of the castle are where the warriors patrol and stand guard, and of course, finally, there's the area of the 3 bridges where the 3 types of dice can be used to carry out actions. The White Castle, which is set to play 1 to 4 players and is scheduled for release next year, has honestly jumped to the top of my personal anticipation list. I really like the Red Cathedral, so I'm very excited. We're promised by DeVere accessible rules and versatile gameplay and a sleek and simple design that offers strategic depth, so I can't wait. But for something else that can't wait, it's time for the sponsor who, in part, helped make this episode possible, Upper Deck's Legendary Gamer 2022 contest. Upper Deck is searching for the ultimate legendary gamer, and it could be you. The legendary gamer is passionate about being a board game player and even more passionate about the board game community. Enter to win 2 tickets to Gen Con 2023 or other cool prizes like shirts, hoodies, hats, I'm interested, and more by submitting either a minute-long video or a 200-word statement telling Upper Deck what being a legendary gamer means to you. Follow the link in this video's description to Upper Deck's contest page for complete details on the contest and how to enter before the contest ends on December 18th, 2022. So get creative, share your passion for the board game hobby, and enter Upper Deck's Legendary Gamer contest today. And good luck. Chicken has been announced by Keymaster Games. Sorry, that's chicken! There's an exclamation point there. From tiny epic designer Scott Almes. The line of games, that is. Scott Almes, by all accounts, is just normal sized. In this candy corn coloured dice-based party game, 2 to 8 players will be rolling dice each turn, pressing their luck to score the most chickens while avoiding pesky foxes. Also, as is a push your luck game, I'm very much going to lose because I have no self-control. On their turn, a player must choose to roll all the dice passed to them or chicken out. Never. I will never do that. But for those who do, they roll fewer dice, thus less chance of things going wrong. Players will score points from the chickens they roll, but they will also bust and score no points if 3 or more foxes appear among their dice. And for each egg symbol rolled, a die is hatched from the coop, and then the active player will choose to re-roll all of their blanks, eggs and newly hatched dice, or they may score their points and pass the dice to the next player. I love games like this, and what makes me extra interested is Keymaster's production levels are just top tier, with games like Parks and Caper coming before this, so look out for this one on Kickstarter right now. Monolyth is coming from Phil Walker Harding and Command, where every player builds their own structure using 3D polyominoes to create patches of particular colours while building up particular levels to score points. In this one, 1 to 4 players will be drafting big chunky polyomino blocks to build with, or foregoing a big tile to take a small 1x1 piece, which may be just what you need as you try to be both the first to build up the levels of your 4x4 grid, but also aiming to build to the exacting guidelines of the structure cards. arts. Phil Walker Harding is just great at this style of design, with games like Gingerbread House and Barren Park coming before it, and with some come-on level production, I have to assume this is going to be a puzzly delight. And one more bit of come-on news is a new standalone expansion to the 1 to 5 player Cthulhu Death May Die called Fear of the Unknown. Planned for next year, this is the new season for the base game, with 6 new episodes and 2 big new bad guys with long and needlessly off-putting names. There's also a couple new twists to the gameplay, with random monster encounters and mysterious relics that are useful, but of course come with a price. This game will also come with a price, as it's currently finishing up on Kickstarter. Miller Zoo, which publishers Randolph are calling capital letters the cooperative family game, where you play as a team in charge of running one of Canada's most interesting zoos. Awful lot of beavers in that zoo. Awful lot of beavers. Your job is working together to take care of your zoo's animals, and of course to welcome new animals to their home. And as a team, everyone plays together at the same time to overcome challenges, unexpected situations and crises. You'll achieve this by all drawing resource cards, satisfying need cards, and hopefully resolving problem tokens as you await any crises that happen each evening if the things don't go according to plan during the day. So very much like real life in that respect. The game consists of 6 envelopes to discover, with new animals and new challenges, plays 1 to 6 zookeepers, and uses variable player powers and action points for you to spend each turn to help your zoo flourish. Now, here with even more things to discover is Chaz, with some exclusive updates and content revealed to you about HeroScape Age of Annihilation.
Hello! We've recently reported about the surprise potential return of HeroScape with Hasbro's HeroScape Age of Annihilation crowdfunding campaign, not a sponsor, which, if it funds, will introduce an entirely new set of heroes and squads into the HeroScape universe. Now, I, myself, have been really curious as to what kinds of new characters and abilities to expect from the first new official content for this game in over a decade. Well, to satisfy my curiosity, Hasbro themselves have sent over prototypes of several of the upcoming characters for us to reveal here today to you and, more importantly, to me. So, now, an exclusive first look at several characters from Age of Annihilation. Now, astute HeroScape fans have actually been able to already reverse engineer and leak some of the details about the first 2 characters we're going to look at, when those characters were recently featured in a playthrough stream by Hasbro. Even so, though, their complete details haven't yet been available until right now. And we start with Wing Commander Tuck Harrigan's, whose abilities center around the very effective jetpack that he sports, which he uses to his advantage to control how he enters the battlefield, and then uses it to evade ranged attacks. The other character that was featured in the stream was Imperator Kane, who uses their massive mechanical legs to literally stomp on other figures while trekking across the battlefield. Then there's the Exiles of the Sundered Sea, and it's not their black powder pistols that make them dangerous, it's that they're so elusive, with the ability to slip out of combat and dodge ranged attacks. And there's an entire squad of these pirates, which provides multiple slippery targets to contend with. And finally, I was really excited that we received a sample of Admiral EJ-1M, which is my personal favorite figure from the Age of Annihilation. This unit, with his arms aplenty, is all about tactical advantage, with its Admiral's Orders ability allowing its controller to react and reallocate order markers after the initiative has been determined. And its Boarding Party special attack protects other units, allowing them to be moved while also gaining a combat advantage. Again, and that is a first look at just 4 of the 46 new army cards that are planned to be included in HeroScape's Age of Annihilation extension, which is running its Hasbro Pulse campaign right now through November 15th.
iello have announced a whole slate of upcoming projects for 2023, some of which made me really excited and one that annoyed me deeply. Look, it took me a long time and honestly more money than it should have to hunt down my own copy of Too Many Cooks, a trick-taking card game by Reiner Knizia, where you score points for filling up the cooking pot with the ingredients that match the menu card you played at the start of the round. It's brilliant, and yeah, it's being reprinted, so now everyone gets to play it, and I no longer get to feel special. And what's more, Foodie Forest is now called looks like this. whereas my copy looks like this. But they announce a lot. There's the 2-player Helton Place, where players are running a hotel in the underworld, not far from the Styx and the Elysian Fields, as you hire bellhops to address your guests' needs, because if you don't, the hotel you run will collapse as you try to outlast your rival. It will literally collapse. iello announced micro expansions for a bunch of games. There's King of Tokyo Even More Wicked, which adds in the wickedness gauge from the King of Tokyo Dock Edition to a standard game of King of Tokyo, as well as Baby Gigasaur character was announced. They announced a small expansion to Diamant. They teased Bunny Kingdom Bunny Express, which is an expansion that adds in railroads to Bunny Kingdom, as well as announcing a reprint of Bruno Faiduty's trick-taking game The Dwarf King, which is excellent, as well as a brand new trick-taking game called Prophecy, where as a Mayan priest, your role is to interpret the cycles of creation and destruction on the different calendars, and those that are able to make the most accurate prophecies will become the one and only Grand Priest. The Red Palace was teased by Queen Games. They didn't really say anything about it, but it's a new standalone version of Alhambra, which is a game I love, and I thought that was exciting enough to mention here, because I really like Alhambra. CoraQuest, the 1 to 4 player family dungeon crawl, is back on Kickstarter right now, and it has a brand new expansion that adds campaign rules to the base game, and it's of course called Keep On Questing. Players are now able to level their heroes between quests and also keep treasures from one adventure to another. There are 2 full campaigns included, each with 5 brand new adventures to play through. There's also some rules that now allow you to turn the base game adventures into a campaign, as well as a write your own campaign yourself, as well as new environments, tons more heroes, enemies, treasure cards and dungeon cards for you to play with too. This project is near and dear to my heart, and I like that instead of getting famous artists to do the artwork, they bypass them and just ask their kids to do it. With Ian O'Toole's kids contributed artwork to the base game, and instead of asking Munchkin artist John Kovalik to give art for the expansion, they just asked his daughter. And there are 2 new games coming in the Minecraft world from Ravensburger, who already brought us Minecraft Builders and Biomes in 2019, and the first is the 1 to 4 player Minecraft Portal Dash, a cooperative adventure game where pixelated players try to escape from Minecraft's fiery underworld, the Nether, a place I know more about than I'd like to admit. And in it you'll be sprinting through rugged landscapes full of magma and lava, navigating and defending against dangerous monsters, and only if the players complete the dash to the portal in time while also taking out the monstrous guardians can you survive the adventure together. And then there's the 2 to 4 player Minecraft Heroes of the Village, where an adventure awaits in another cooperative Minecraft game where the question, can you protect the village from raiding illagers, is posed. And an illager is the name of a persistent mob spawn in Minecraft. This is an illager. Evil son of a gun. You'll, as a team, explore the world, collect blocks, of course, fight mobs, and build defensive buildings before the marauding illagers invade. And I like the phrase, your helpful animal companions will stand faithfully by your side, whatever that means. Because yeah, that sounds nice to me. I was really surprised by Builders and Biomes, actually. It was a quality game, so why not more Minecraft board games, I say. I'm all for it. And that's the news. But to keep on the Watch It Played board gaming train, the next stop is here. So I'll see you over there. Bye.